So another new signing for the 2021 season as the new campaign draws ever closer. We're very happy to welcome goalkeeper Barry Murphy back to the club for a third spell as a Super Saint. Baz, how are you?
Yeah, great. All good. Thanks, Jamie. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thanks. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. Welcome back again to St. Pat's. You might talk us through how it feels to be back for a third time with the club.
Yeah, delighted. I've been training the last couple of days, and it's been really good to get back at it and get back playing and meet the new lads that have come in and just be part of that group again. And it's a young, hungry group, and I'm hoping to add a bit of experience to what's going to be an exciting year, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure lots of familiar faces for you at training over the last couple of days. You would know Pat Jennings, the goalkeeping coach, very well. You would know a lot of the players who've been at the club for a long time as well, and some new faces as well to get to know. So how have your first couple of days been?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's a lot of change. There's probably only three or four faces, familiar faces left within even the playing staff as well as the coaching staff. It's been really good. The first couple of days, it's been intense, and the lads have been right at it. And as I'm sure they have the whole pre-season, I've just got a little snippet and a little taste of what's been happening in pre-season, and it's really good. And I'm delighted to be part of it.
You might talk us through, Barry, how the move back to St. Pat's has come about over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've just been keeping myself ticking over. The last season, I took a year out, and it probably wasn't a bad year to take out, all things considered. And just the manager got in contact with me, Stephen, and I was delighted to obviously meet him and see what he had to say about his visions for the club going forward, and delighted to be back part of it, and in with a squad that looks like it's going to be really competitive this year.
Yeah, you finished up with St. Pat's at the end of 2019. How was your year out? I know at the time you were thinking about education, you were thinking about life away from football as well, and I'm sure you were keeping a very close eye on the league, and particularly St. Pat's results over the last year before your eventual return.
Yeah, it was hard not to go and see the games live. It was probably something a lot of people have missed, along with myself, and you're kind of keeping tabs on things through Twitter and through the Watch League of Ireland on the internet and things like that. It's kind of it's not the same, but obviously people are in the same boat as myself, trying to keep tabs on things that way. And I've missed it like in the last year, and I've kind of something, as you said, I've looked to get back to involved in, and I've gone back to college now in the evenings and kind of got that side of life sorted. So I was in a position now to focus back on football for the upcoming season.
Yeah, you mentioned about the number of people in the squad who you would have known from your previous spells at the club, and when you were here most recently, the other goalkeepers would have been Brendan Clark and Brian Maher, certainly towards the end, and now it's two younger ones in Vidislav Jaros on loan from Liverpool, who's 19, and Josh Keeley, who's 17, who've both been in quite good form in pre-season so far. So how have you got on with them over the couple of days? And they'll be the two you'll be ultimately competing with for that number one jersey for the league matches and stuff.
Yeah, it's been really good. I saw Josh when he was a lot younger in my second stint at the club towards the end of 2019, and he's really gone into himself as a man and as a player, and it's great to see. I think he's got huge potential. He's come on so much, and it's great to have him in and training with us. And I'm sure he's going to learn a lot from myself and V. And V looks excellent. I think he's a brilliant addition to the club. Obviously, he's great experience from being on the bench and things with Liverpool and going through the academy there. And he's a great signing for the club. And anyone that brings that sort of level of skill to the club is fine by me. And I'm obviously going to bring a bit of experience and try and help the two lads as well. And add that experience to the team, hopefully, and push us on this season.
Now, I'm not great at maths, but if you add up Veet and Josh's ages together, they combine almost what you are, which is 35. So in terms of experience, now, I'm not meaning to make you sound old, Baz, don't worry. Yeah. Just in terms of the experience that you have and to help them and to compete with them, ultimately you're competing, the three of you, to play in the team. But also, you often hear people speaking about, the goalkeeper union and the relationship that goalkeepers have is maybe a little different to outfield players competing with each other. And I'm sure, from speaking to Stephen O'Donnell, the head coach, in his interview about your son, he did say that your experience and your ability are two of the things that he really wanted to bring in alongside Veet and Josh.
Yeah, it's different. It's such a cerebral kind of position, the goalkeeper position. I think there's a lot of thought and analysis that goes into it, and kind of self-analysis. And it's that kind of experience I can bring in to help the two lads along in their game, along with kind of the playing attributes and physical attributes. I've been kind of seen in all at this stage, and been in Europe and competed for league titles and things. So I think that kind of experience can be invaluable to the team and to the two lads. And obviously I want to compete and do well myself, and push the two lads along, and listen, if things fall my way and I'm in, then so be it. And if not, I'll be there to help the lads along.
And certainly if you were looking for a reintroduction, Barry, to the League of Ireland, Shamrock Rovers away on the opening night, a home match against Drogheda, and then the first of 6 games in April is an away derby against Bohemians. So you'll certainly be getting your feet back under the table fairly quickly, being involved in matches like that, hopefully. Yeah,
it's brilliant, and that's what you want. You want those big nights. Unfortunately, it won't be a big crowd, but it's going to be a big night in terms of people watching from home and being involved in it. And from watching the games online last year, Pats did really well in the big games, and probably the kind of middle of the road games, you'd probably kind of perceive that we kind of maybe drop points on that. We'd be looking to kind of build back up this year, but obviously in the game up in Tallaght with Pats or with Rovers, Pats did really well, and up in Dundalk as well, and probably felt they should have got 3 points out of both of those games. But again, we're going in full of confidence into the game up in Tallaght, and the lads have done really well in pre-season. Look fit, look hungry. There's a great attitude about the young side, and it's a team that can be moulded, and I think we'll do really well this season.
Yeah, like sometimes in interviews you hear, footballers using the words, I'm excited and I can't wait to get going and all this type of things, and listening to you now, Barry, and talking to you, you do honestly seem, excited to be back, that you've enjoyed the couple of days training. The season is, a week or so away. And I just really get a sense from you that you are honestly properly excited to be back playing for St. Pat's again.
Yeah, I am. You kind of need to step away sometimes to realise what you've missed. And I think I've done that. It's probably done my body wonders. I think it's probably taken its toll over the years, and the year away has been really, really good on it. So I've looked after myself. I've come back in good nick, and I've had a couple of good sessions with PJ and the lads, and it was just nice to be out there again, getting your bearings and getting your fitness back. And kind of goalkeeping is a position that kind of comes back to you fairly quickly. It's kind of more of a mental thing than more of a physical thing. So it's kind of come back fairly sharpish, and I'm just really excited to get going now.
Yeah, and the fans will be looking back and happy memories of your previous couple of spells at the club in 2012 and again between 2017 and 2019. What type of things jump out for you thinking back to your previous couple of spells as a Saint?
Yeah, I feel like it's probably unfinished business. I think probably back in 2012 when we had the cup run and things like that, and I think I was playing really well that year. The quarter-final penalty shootout and things like that, the 3 penalty saves, and I just got so unlucky in a training session a couple of weeks out from the cup final and got injured and missed the cup final, and kind of that took me a while to get over that, and it took my second spell to really get that out of my system back at Pat, and they were different kind of seasons those 2 years. So this is one I'm looking to kind of get back up that ladder and really enjoy it again. And you can only enjoy it when you're doing well in the team and the team's doing well as a whole.
And lastly, across those spells, you've been in squads with, other goalkeepers who are competing to play as well. And, it'll be no different this time around. And, even though you have come back and you've had your year out and, you're talking about experience and stuff, but everybody wants to play. And that I'm sure will be your ultimate aim, come 7:45 on a Friday or 6 o'clock on a Saturday, or the various kickoff times that we're going to have this season, that, you want to be giving yourself the best chance to be the person that's picked for the games. And if you do, you'll be wanting to put on good performances. And as you said, if you don't, you're there to push the lads and help them learn as well.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be sitting in the stand or not even part of the squad come a Friday or Saturday evening. You work all week to play. So that's the ultimate goal. But listen, I'm being brought back in by the gaffer to add that experience, and I'll do whatever is needed or what's asked of me for the club and by the manager. And if that's playing, then brilliant. If not, then no problem. I'll back up and I'll do as well in training as I always have. And I'll push the two lads to try and get the best performances out of them. And if it's not them playing, then hopefully it's me.
And very lastly, we did photo shoots with Veet and Josh in the new bright green goalkeeper jersey for the season. And another one has just been revealed, and it's actually on your signing graphic at the start of the video. So people if they watch the video, they will have seen it. But it's Very nice bluey purple type with a retro sleeve. And I know you're quite impressed with coming back to Pats and having some nice new goalkeeper gear to put on.
Yeah, I think there's been a few dodgy ones over the years. A lot of kind of oranges and purples and things like that. I don't know whether that was to put the forwards off or what was the thing behind that. But these are really nice jerseys, yeah. And I've always been a fan of the short sleeve kind of Casillas jerseys as well. So yeah, they look really well.
Great stuff. Well, Barry Murphy, welcome back again. We will see you very soon, and congrats on the return to St. Pat's.
Cheers, Jamie. Thanks a million.